What is going on, guys? Black Capino Tech Guy back with another video. Today, doing a first impressions of a new mobile lens that I got for my iPhone 17 Pro. So for those that may want to know, why would you want to buy a lens for a cell phone? Well, I'm turning my iPhone into a sort of a mobile video vlog, just kind of like what I did with my FX30, but with my iPhone, because I want people to see that you can actually turn your iPhone into a simple vlogging rig without having to spend a lot of money. And the lens that I went with is with the SANDMARC. This is the 16 millimeter lens. Now I did a sort of a quick video talking about it, but I haven't really talked much in terms of what you get with this lens. So with this lens, you get a case. This is the iPhone 17 Pro case because I have the iPhone 17 Pro. Now the case is nice. I already have a small rig case that I plan on using for this lens because this lens is actually universal. Now the camera is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the case. I just find it a little bit flimsy in terms of what I would plan on rigging this out with and in terms of how I plan on using it. But if you don't have a case, or you already have a case but don't have a case for a lens, then you would get one with the SANDMARC 16 millimeter lens. Now they have a bunch of other lenses. They also have some telephoto lenses as well as an anamorphic or cinematic lens. I'm not really sure if I'm ready to jump down into that into that rabbit hole yet with the cinematic lens. I'm still learning a lot about lenses in general, but this is what it comes in. It comes in a nice little pouch like this. And I have a link down below for this if you also want to take a look at this as well as some of the other lenses if you want to take a look at that. Now, I will come out with another video since it's 2026 now. I will be coming out with another video rigging out my iPhone 17 Pro and just kind of showing you different ways in which you could turn your iPhone into a pretty amazing vlogging setup, and it won't really cost a lot of money. So basically, those who are looking to start a YouTube channel who think you need to buy an expensive camera or anything like that, you don't really need to do that. Your cell phone is more than capable of posting videos, and I'll show you some of the tools that I have in a much later video and how you can achieve that. But I will be making a video with my 17 Pro and basically showing you how you can turn it into a pretty cool vlogging setup without spending a lot of money. So this is what you get in the case itself. You get this nice little lens pouch that tells you the name, and I love the fact that it says 16 millimeter lens on it, which is actually kind of cool. You also get this nice little clip on, which I actually tried on my iPhone 17. It's not something that I actually would ever use because I don't like the way how far it sits out. But you do get this if you want to use this on your phone and you already have a case, you don't want to use the case that comes with it. And you also get a nice little carabiner to basically just attach to the case itself and kind of hang it on your backpack. Again, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm pretty much going to be putting these all in my backpack. Now, in terms of lenses, right now you're seeing just the normal 1x lens, which is the equivalent of a 24 millimeter. Now, when it comes to putting this lens on, what you do is you're going to be actually using it on the smallest lens, the one that I'm pointing to right now. You have 3 lenses on your camera. It'll be the one down to the smallest. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to swap out, I'm actually going to attach this lens on to the iPhone 17 Pro. So this is what you're seeing right now in terms of field of view. And when I put on the 16 millimeter lens, you're going to see why I bought the 16 millimeter lens and why I didn't want to do a macro, because this is going to pretty much give me the same focal length as what I use already on my FX30, which is with a 15 millimeter Sony lens. This will just be a 16 millimeter wide lens for the iPhone. So we're going to switch from the normal 1x lens to the SANDMARC now. Now you may have noticed that the field of view is much wider. That is because I am using the 16 millimeter lens now, so it gives you much wider field of view. And I had a Sony 11 millimeter ultra wide lens, and it's a great lens. Don't get me wrong, I've had the lens for about a year or so, but when it comes to just talking head videos like this, and even just normal vlogging from my personal experience, I'm not a big fan of ultra wide. I'm just not a big fan of you needing to see everything in the background. And yes, you can always just blur it out by stopping down the f-stop, but it's just too wide of a field of view for me to kind of deal with, and I don't feel like I want to crop in something, where something like a 15 millimeter on my FX30 gives me the perfect field of view for everything. That is why I bought the 16 millimeter lens for the iPhone and didn't go with a macro lens or an ultra wide lens, because it's just not it's not my style when it comes to shooting video. Now, I am using a small rig cage for this because this lens is universal. So I'm not using the SANDMARC case that came with it. I'm using the small rig cage for this. Now, again, as I said before in the beginning of the video, I will be doing a mobile rig setup of this iPhone with this lens, and I'm just going to show you different ways you could build this without having to spend a lot of money. So if you're looking to want to maximize your iPhone and you want to use it to the fullest of the potential without having to worry about, buying a lot of camera gear and buying expensive lenses, iPhones and cell phones just in general are always going to be the best option for creating content, because you always have it with you. Just a few simple gear pieces and you're good to go. So again, I will be doing a gear setup with my iPhone 17 Pro and just showing you different scenarios that would work best for you. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to mobile cinematography. When it comes to this, I'm learning this as I go. But I really do like this look. It's a 16 millimeter lens. It's a little bit wider than my 15 millimeter, but not wide enough to where I have to crop in. And the color wise is perfectly fine. I'm still learning out how to edit and do ProRes on my iPhone 17 Pro, but I will be doing that with this once I get a much better understanding of the lens and what it can and can't do. And you can also put ND filters on this, which I probably will be getting one of those too before I go on my trip here in the next couple of months. So this is what I'm looking forward to in 2025, is basically starting to shoot more content with my iPhone 17 Pro and have my FX30 kind of sit on the side, or just basically turn it into a B-roll camera. But that is the goal for this iPhone 17 Pro, is to basically turn in to kind of a hybrid system where I can use it as my everyday phone, as well as if I want to build it up and make content with it, do that. So I have a link down below for this if you want to take a look at this brand. Again, it's SANDMARC, as well as if you want to take a look at the case that I'm using for this. Otherwise, that's all that I got for you guys. Again, this is just a quick presentation, just the first impressions of this lens. So that's all that I've got for you guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're new to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it. And if this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Happy 2026.